Bitches love gains. I'm Dr. Tony Hughes. This is Aaron Reed. He didn't know that this is the topic I want to talk about with him. How does it make a difference in your dating life or attraction from women or your game having gains now?
It's changed everything because, okay, all right, let me say it like this. I think there are two things that women are attracted to. Money and muscles, okay? You know, it really comes down to, I think that anytime you have some men in a room with women, I feel like women will always gravitate to the most dominant male in the room. And I think muscle, portrays that or kind of exudes that presence. So I would definitely say get jacked, get chicks. I mean, that's happening. It's definitely, yeah.
I hear a lot of girls say that, that the guy's too big or too many veins, or they prefer a guy that's leaner, the magazine model type guy. But in my experience, a lot of those women just haven't been broken in yet, we'll call it. They have a fear about being with a muscle guy, because in a lot of cultures, I don't know if you've experienced this, but in America, I don't feel this is an issue, but in other cultures, men are allowed to beat their wives, quite common. And so the women are actually afraid of a much stronger man, unless the trust is really built. But just attraction, on the first glance, the fear overcomes the attraction. They have a fear about the muscle. Until they know that there's someone, that you're someone that would actually protect them, and then it turns the other way.
This the other way.
But once they get broken in and realize that bodybuilders are no more angry and usually probably nicer than non-bodybuilders, because they're usually taking pride in their body, which means they're taking pride in the people around them and pride in everything they do, because bodybuilding is such a challenging sport, then they get hooked on it. So in my experience in the past, a girl may have been very anti-muscle, and then I'll be with her, and then all of a sudden now she craves me, the muscle, and then she goes and seeks out guys that have muscle. So it's like they have to be broken in, and then the attraction goes way up.
Things that I have seen is a woman will be with a guy that's in good shape, nice looking, and they're bragging on this guy to their friends and family and all of these things, but then they'll be in a room with a guy that's much larger and much bigger, and before you know it, they can see that guy might start feeling a little unsure of himself, and then right away it changes the dynamic of like how that woman sees the man she's with because of the other one that's there. And that's that whole alpha male thing. It's so funny, like if I see like a really pretty girl and she's just getting all this attention, like a lot of times I'll see her like not want to make a lot of eye contact with me, but she'll put herself close to where I am or what I'm doing, because her ego is so big. She's used to every guy's just flocking to her to give her whatever she wants, and then she'll see a guy that has this great amount of force, now she's feeling insecure, and so based on the fear of rejection, she won't say anything or act the same that she normally does, even though deep down she wants the attention from that big guy. That's you can only experience that when you're fucking huge, okay? So, that if you're talking about how women respond to guys with muscle, that kind of sums it up.
It does add a layer to the game. That's right, because at first glance, when you have muscle, that's right, females will think you're unattainable. They're like, oh, he's in too good a shape for me.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to make it seem so easy that you take away the attraction. So you have to learn that game of like, yeah, I want you, but I don't need you because I'm so big. I can have any woman I want, but I want you. And then it's a push and pull, a magnetism, but it adds a totally different layer than when you're smaller. Because I remember when I was smaller, it was a long time ago, but I remember when I was smaller and it was a totally different dynamic.
Okay, well, I will say there is a different dynamic within being big. When I'm shredded to the core, getting ready for a show, visually, women will like to see that, but by no means want that in their life 9 times out of 10, because it makes them feel like they're not in good enough shape, and they would never be able to live up to that. Like, I get that a lot. You know, when I'm a little bit softer, a little bit heavier, I know it's you guys, you never can really tell because I stay in good shape all the time. But when I'm not quite as hard, like, if that is more attractive to women as a whole. Like, that'll attract more women, because, you know, women typically are very insecure creatures. You know, I could go into the dynamics of that, but I'm not going to. But for the most part, like that, I have noticed, like when I'm shredded and love how I'm looking, getting ready for a show, the direct attraction to women seems to be less, because I know that they're thinking, well, why would he like a girl like me? I don't look like that. And
you're thinking about putting on 30 more pounds of muscle. You think that's going to change the attraction of females? Because you're already one of the bigger guys that a woman will have ever seen in her lifetime. You think you getting that much bigger is going to make the attraction less, or even more?
Well, it's going to be more, and let me tell you why. Have you guys seen the Hot Crazy Matrix? Have you seen that? Remember when you watched the whole thing, and at the end he says, well, you know, everyone wants to know, we understand now about the unicorns and whatnot, you know, but what about, is there a matrix for men, you know? And he's like, oh yeah, there's one for men, you know, but it's way simpler, you know? He's like, there's 2 things that women look for, you know, looks and money, okay? So as I put on more size and become more of a force, more opportunities are going to open for me. Now I'm going to have way more money. And when you have a ton of money, it does not matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if I am the greatest shape, you know, biggest beast in the world, or if I'm a fat, slobby, 60-year-old dude that's, you know, loaded. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day. So I don't think that'll be an issue at all, because the other side of things will pick up.
Be swole and soul, friends of freedom, pioneers of human evolution.
Eat right, train hard, stay focused. Gotta make them gains, son.